My name is Russell Armstrong. I am the Chief Executive Officer acting at the Rural and Urban Development Commission. I am currently in an organization, RUDC, that recently merged. We were separate entities, the Rural Development Commission and the Urban Development Commission. So in that transition, I took on the role as Chief Executive Officer. But the company is actually committed to training and upskilling its staff. So it's almost like a mandatory thing. But you get to explore options and see where your interest lies and how it can benefit the organization. So this program is a product of that entire cycle. And it was a recommendation that was made. And, knowing that I knew Cave Hill School of Business from before, from other things I've done, I thought it to be a good opportunity. And then it was in Miami, so it was a little edge. Leadership is a survivor game. It's something that you have to consciously make the decision to turn up every day and do. And it's just not limited to the corporate setting. It's life in general. If a fire were to break out right now, and there were several people around me, and there needed to be a leader, somebody would have to be able to lead that group. It would be a decision that was made to step into that role at that time. So just the consciousness that leadership is something that exists, but is a conscious decision that you make to step into the role. If I wanted real experience in a meal, right? I generally would not go to KFC, right? Or McDonald's. If I wanted an experience in a meal, I would go to a restaurant that has that background and history of providing that experience. You can't get a fine dining experience in a fast food restaurant. That's part one. But then part two, I found the facilitators to be really good, effective, practical. But if you research the individuals that presented, their background was really extensive within the wider corporate environment internationally, right? So from that experience alone, hearing them put across their experiences and their past work engagements, it was really beneficial. And I think the value is in gaining from those things around you. So that coupled with your participants, your colleagues that are there with you, is really the environment that would lend itself to another level of experience and learning that I would say is really values. And I appreciate the Cave Hill School of Business for putting it on. Mm-hmm. I actually think it's a visionary engagement to be able to put on something like this, especially for our Caribbean people who know that you have the potential, but you've not had the opportunity to experience it outside of your shores as much, right? So kudos to Cave Hill School of Business for this program.